Welcome to SF Coins channel. In this video, we're diving into the world of hidden treasures as we explore the most expensive and ultra-rare US coins, the top 7 legendary coins every collector and investor should know. Money bag. We'll uncover rare and valuable coins like the Monticello Jefferson nickel, 1 cent wheat penny, Buffalo nickel, Washington quarter dollar, Sacagawea gold dollar, Susan B. Anthony silver dollar, and the iconic Kennedy half dollar. These coins, with P, D, and S mint marks, some showing different color shades or even dirty conditions, might look ordinary at first glance, but many are worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. Exploding head fast up 1. The 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony $1 coin stands as one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in modern U.S. history, a coin that arrived with great ambition but hid within it the power of incredible value for those who look closely. Minted at the Denver Mint, this silver-toned dollar was meant to symbolize progress, equality, and the changing face of America. Yet, beneath its modest appearance lies a story of transformation, rarity, and unimaginable worth. Especially when found with a silver sticker shine, 90% Chandy tone, and aged patina, this coin can become a numismatic miracle, one capable of turning its finder into a billionaire overnight. The story of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar begins with a vision. After decades of using the large Eisenhower dollars, the U.S. Mint decided to introduce a smaller, lighter coin that would honor a trailblazing woman in American history. Susan B. Anthony, the fierce advocate for women's rights. Her portrait on the obverse of the coin marked the first time in U.S. history that a real woman, not a symbolic figure, appeared on a circulating American coin. This alone made the $1,979 historic, but destiny had far grander plans for this piece of metal. When the Denver Mint struck these coins, something extraordinary happened. The D mint mark signified precision, but subtle variations, unexpected metal reactions, and striking errors turned some coins into legendary rarities. A few pieces exhibited an unusual silver-toned finish, the result of special planchet composition or storage conditions that gave them a radiant, silver sticker glow. Some even took on the shimmering appearance of 90% silver, although technically struck in copper-nickel clad. Yet collectors swear that certain 1979 D coins show toning and luster that rival real silver. Those are the mysterious coins that set the numismatic world on fire. What makes these coins truly magical is how easily they can be overlooked. Many rest quietly in drawers, purses, or jars, tarnished, dull, dirty coins that seem ordinary at first glance. But beneath that worn surface might lie a multi-million-dollar treasure. In the modern collector's market, unique 1979 D coins with unusual surface tones, strong mint strikes, or special die characteristics can fetch astronomical prices. Their value doesn't just come from metal, it comes from mystery, scarcity, and beauty born of imperfection. When you hold a 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony coin, you're touching more than money, you're touching a bold chapter of American change. The obverse, with Anthony's determined gaze, captures the unbreakable will of progress. The reverse, with the eagle landing on the moon, reminds the world that even the sky isn't the limit. This was the first dollar coin to echo the spirit of the space age and equality in one. The message it carries is clear. Even something small can make an enormous impact. Over the years, time has done its work. Some of these coins darkened, toned, and became what collectors now call dirty silver, a condition that hides beauty under the surface. Yet it's this very aged look that makes some specimens priceless. Natural oxidation, silver-like sheen, and the faint glow of age form patterns that no machine could replicate. When light hits these old coins, it dances, a living reminder that history never fades, it only deepens. Numismatists often say that the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar is like a silent guardian of American progress, forgotten by many but cherished by those who understand its legacy. The coin's dimensions, its smaller size, and its revolutionary design made it a bridge between old and new, the old silver dollar heritage and the modern minting era. Its short production run and lack of popularity with the public meant millions were stored, melted, or forgotten, leaving few surviving examples with that perfect mix of tone, shine, and rarity. Then there are the error coins, the rarest of the rare. A few 1979 D pieces were struck with misaligned dies, double impressions, or on planchets intended for other denominations. These errors, when combined with the silver-like toning, push their value beyond imagination. Collectors have paid fortunes for coins that bear unique striking flaws, because each one tells a story that will never be repeated. If your coin has even the faintest doubling on the rim, letters, or eagle feathers, you might be holding a coin worth millions. The Denver Mint's reputation for strong strikes gives the 1979 D dollar an edge in sharpness and clarity. But not all coins came out perfect. Some were struck from tired dies, leaving fascinating textures and patterns that experts now prize as one-of-a-kind. A coin with deeply mirrored fields or a proof-like surface could command astonishing prices, especially if it retains its natural chandy-like glow. What's most captivating is how this coin captures the paradox of value. It was minted in vast numbers, yet true treasures among them are unbelievably scarce. The same coin that once bought a candy bar can now buy an entire estate. The secret lies not in how many exist, but in how many survived with their beauty intact and their story untold. The 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar is not just currency, it's a symbol of vision and hidden power. It reminds us that value often hides in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. For the finder of one such rare coin, fortune could strike as fast as lightning. Its shimmer may be muted by dust and time, but beneath that lies a brilliance worth millions. So if you ever come across a 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with that silver sticker-like luster, dirty silver tone, or strange reflective shine, don't rush to spend it or clean it. You could be holding one of the most valuable coins in American history. That single coin might be the key that changes your life forever. A simple piece of metal with the power to transform destiny. In its silent gleam lies America's promise, Susan B. Anthony's courage, and the spark of fortune itself, waiting, perhaps, in your very hands. Next up, the 2000 D. Sacagawea $1 coin stands as one of the most enchanting creations in modern American coinage, a coin that was meant to symbolize hope, honor, and heritage, but over time has become surrounded by an aura of mystery and unimaginable worth. Struck at the Denver Mint, this golden dollar carries not just a woman's face, but the spirit of a nation rediscovering its roots. Though millions were produced, certain rare pieces, especially those with a gold sticker glow, aged patina, and dirty toning, have become the kind of treasures that can rewrite a person's destiny overnight. This isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of silent power hiding in plain sight. The story of the 2000 D. Sacagawea dollar began as a tribute to courage and history. After decades of featuring presidents and statesmen, the United States Mint wanted to celebrate the legacy of a Native American heroine. Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark through uncharted lands, was chosen to grace the new dollar, a decision that changed American coinage forever. Her face, serene yet strong, represents discovery, unity, and the courage to lead through the unknown. The reverse, with a soaring eagle, embodies the nation's spirit and promise. Together, they created a coin that carried the heart of America in gold. When the Denver Mint struck this coin, they did so with precision and pride. The D mint mark located near the date signifies its birth in the Rockies, where molten metal and artistic craftsmanship came together to create brilliance. However, not every coin left the mint the same. Some planchets, coin blanks, developed a deeper golden shine or an unusual luster that seemed to shimmer like real gold. These became known among collectors as gold sticker or golden tone Sacagaweas. Over time, exposure to air and the oils of human touch gave some coins a darkened, dirty appearance. But in numismatic truth, those very marks of time became the fingerprints of rarity. The beauty of the 2000 D. Sacagawea lies not in perfection but in uniqueness. While most coins were mass-produced for circulation, a few exhibited unexpected minting variations, including die cracks, double strikes, or planchet errors. Such coins, when combined with the deep golden hue and signs of age, are worth unimaginable amounts today, some reaching millions in private sales or collector estimates. These rare finds prove that even an ordinary-looking coin, if kissed by the right flaw of creation, can become a fortune. What makes this coin even more captivating is its mysterious metallic glow. Officially, the Sacagawea dollars were made of a copper core clad with manganese brass, designed to resemble gold without actually containing it. Yet, certain coins, especially those preserved in old rolls or discovered in unusual conditions, reflect a real gold-like brilliance, as if time itself blessed them with a treasure's shimmer. When light touches the surface of such a coin, it seems to awaken history, radiating the warmth of the past and the promise of the future. Collectors and historians often call the 2000 D. Sacagawea the Golden Gateway coin. It marked the beginning of a new millennium, symbolizing change, hope, and honor. It was America's first modern dollar designed to circulate widely, yet it never quite fit into the public's daily use. Many were stored away, forgotten in drawers or banks, waiting for decades until rediscovered by new eyes that now recognize their value far beyond face worth. Some of these coins, with their unpolished, rough texture and faint tarnish, have become icons of hidden prosperity. The dirty condition coins tell their own story. Each smudge, each shade of tarnish, speaks of years spent traveling through hands, pockets, and time itself. Ironically, what once made them look worn now makes them rare. Clean coins are common. Aged ones with natural patina are priceless. The discoloration gives them character, an ancient beauty that cannot be faked, something that whispers of authenticity and fate. It is this natural transformation that gives certain 2000D coins their aura of wealth beyond imagination. In the numismatic world, legends are told of collectors who stumbled upon these coins without knowing their worth, ordinary people who found themselves holding what could only be described as a modern miracle. A coin worth a single dollar, yet valued in millions. Each one acts like a time capsule, preserving both the artistry of the U.S. Mint and the determination of a woman who changed history. The connection between Sacagawea's legacy and the coin's destiny feels almost mystical, as if her spirit continues to guide those lucky enough to discover one. This coin doesn't just represent money, it represents legacy, equality, and destiny. The Denver Mint's attention to detail gave it life, but time gave it magic. Even the faint sound it makes when dropped on a surface has a deeper ring, a golden echo of history. And when it glimmers under the light, it doesn't just shine, it tells a story of perseverance and reward. That story resonates with collectors who believe that sometimes, fate hides fortune in the humblest places. The 2000D Sacagawea Dollar has become one of the most desired coins on Earth because it bridges two worlds, the practical and the mystical. It is a product of human craftsmanship and historical reverence, yet it carries an inexplicable charm that makes people believe in miracles again. It proves that a single piece of metal, forged with intention and touched by time, can carry energy powerful enough to change someone's life overnight. So if you happen to hold one of these gold sticker, aged 2000D Sacagawea coins, don't underestimate it. Don't rush to clean it or spend it away. What appears to be an old, dirty dollar may, in truth, be your golden key to destiny. Its glow may have dimmed over the years, but its power has only grown stronger, like a sleeping fortune waiting to awaken. This coin isn't just a relic, it's a symbol of America's courage, of Sacagawea's unbreakable spirit, and perhaps of your own future shining just beneath the dust of time. Next up, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, struck in the United States of America without a mint mark, stands as one of the most fascinating and mysterious pieces of American coinage. This coin isn't just metal, it's a monument to memory, a tribute to a fallen leader, and a hidden key to unimaginable fortune for those lucky enough to find a rare one. Its silver-toned glow, even in dirty or aged condition, carries a quiet strength, a whisper from the past that tells collectors, "Don't let me go cheaply." For many, this is not merely a coin, it is a piece of history capable of changing destiny overnight. The birth of the Kennedy half-dollar in 1964 was an emotional moment for America. Just months after President John F. Kennedy's tragic assassination, the U.S. Mint moved swiftly to immortalize him on the nation's coinage. The half-dollar became the canvas for that tribute, bold, beautiful, and deeply symbolic. By 1972, less than a decade after its introduction, the Kennedy half-dollar had already evolved into more than money. It had become a token of remembrance, of leadership, and of hope. Even though the 1972 coin was no longer made of pure silver, it carried a gleaming presence that captured the light in a way that felt eternal. The no-mint mark 1972 Kennedy half-dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the birthplace of America's coinage. The absence of a mint mark gives it an aura of purity, unclaimed, unbranded, and symbolic of the heart of the nation itself. Coins from this year are known for their striking brilliance and strong design details, but among them lie rare examples that defy normal expectations. Some possess a silver-like shine, a natural luster that mimics 90% silver even though the official metal composition had long changed. These mysterious silver sticker coins, especially those aged, tarnished, or found in dirty condition, are the kinds that collectors whisper about, the kinds that can command millions in private markets due to their rarity and beauty. Each 1972 Kennedy half-dollar tells a story through its marks, its tone, and its texture. Some were misstruck on leftover silver planchets, others showed double designs or unusual colorations, giving them unique identities that elevate their value beyond imagination. The coins that have developed a deep silver-gray patina or a golden undertone are even more enchanting. Their surfaces seem alive, as if they have absorbed the spirit of the decades they've traveled through. Holding one feels like holding a relic charged with emotion, history, and power. Even in dirty or worn condition, these coins carry a kind of hidden glow. The tarnish, instead of reducing value, adds to their authenticity and intrigue. It's almost as though the dirt tells a story of time itself, every smudge a fingerprint of the past. The silver sticker effect that appears on certain 1972 pieces is said to be caused by a combination of natural toning and unique minting characteristics, giving them an appearance far different from the ordinary copper-nickel coins. These are the pieces that make collectors' hearts race, the ones that can turn ordinary people into millionaires in a heartbeat. The image of John F. Kennedy on the obverse remains one of the most powerful symbols ever struck into metal. His profile, strong yet solemn, represents hope, courage, and the pursuit of a better world. The reverse, featuring the presidential seal with a majestic eagle, speaks of American pride, freedom, and endurance. Together, they form one of the most beautiful designs ever minted. When the light catches the silver-toned surface just right, the coin almost seems to glow with life, as if Kennedy himself were still watching over the nation. The 1972 issue also marks an important moment in coinage transition. Though officially no longer made of silver, rumors and discoveries have persisted of error strikes using leftover 40% silver planchets from earlier years. These few rare coins, indistinguishable to the casual eye but deeply valuable to the trained collector, are the kind that fetch unimaginable prices in today's market. A single one of these could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition and uniqueness. And those with natural aging, silver tone, and no mint mark carry an aura of legend that makes them almost priceless. Collectors often say that the Kennedy half-dollar is the coin that speaks to the soul. Perhaps it's because it was born from tragedy and became a symbol of unity. Or perhaps it's because, hidden among the millions of ordinary coins, there exists a handful so rare that they seem to appear only by fate's hand. People have found them in old jars, dusty drawers, or forgotten collections, unaware that what they held could rewrite their financial future. That's the magic of the 1972 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar. It hides its greatness beneath an ordinary face. What truly sets this coin apart is its emotional gravity. It carries not just metal and minting, but memory. Every time it changes hands, it connects generations, those who remember Kennedy's voice and those who know him only through stories. The coin's surface reflects that passage of time. Even in dirt and wear, it glimmers faintly with the same optimism that defined the 1960s. To hold it is to hold a fragment of hope, an artifact of a dream that never died. And for those who find one, especially one with that silver-like shine and aged character, it is no exaggeration to say it could change your life overnight. Stories abound of people discovering them by accident and realizing they held a piece worth small fortunes. The coin's mix of beauty, rarity, and mystery gives it an energy that feels almost fated, as if it chooses who will find it. So, if you ever come across a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, especially one that carries that silvery gleam or a gold-silver hue beneath years of age, don't rush to polish it, don't trade it away. That dirty coin may be the key to your fortune. Within its worn surface lies not just the face of a president, but the power of history, destiny, and wealth unimaginable. It's a coin that can turn an ordinary day into the beginning of a new life, a piece of America's heart that holds the promise of tomorrow, gleaming beneath the dust of yesterday. Next up, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, with no mint mark, stands as one of the most fascinating and mysterious treasures in American coinage. To most people, it might look like an ordinary 25-cent piece, worn and dull with age, but beneath its humble surface lies the possibility of unimaginable fortune. For those who understand its story, this coin represents far more than small change. It's a silent legend that can turn an ordinary collector into a millionaire overnight. Every mark, every shadow of tarnish, every shimmer of silver-like glow hides a whisper of history and wealth. The year 1965 was a turning point in the United States mint's history. America had been minting coins from 90% silver for decades, but a national silver shortage forced a monumental change. In that year, the U.S. Mint began producing quarters made not from silver, but from a copper-nickel-clad composition. Yet, during this chaotic transition, Some coins escaped the minting presses with traces of silver still in their core, mysterious survivors of the old era. The 1965 Washington quarter became a symbol of that transformation, bridging the past of precious metal coinage and the modern world of clad currency. Now, imagine holding one of these 1,965 quarters that glimmers with a silver sheen, its edges shining with that familiar bright tone instead of copper. Some of these rare coins were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets meant for the 1964 issues, and that small minting error changed everything. What was meant to be a simple 25-cent piece suddenly became a potential treasure worth millions. These silver sticker quarters are like hidden time capsules, carrying the last breath of the silver era within them. And in today's collector market, their rarity has elevated them to almost mythical status. Even more extraordinary is that many of these coins were never meant to be recognized. The Mint removed mint marks from all quarters between 1965 and 1967 to discourage coin hoarding during the silver transition. So, the no-mint mark 1965 Washington quarter is both mysterious and pure, its identity unclaimed by any single mint, as if it belongs to the nation itself. That blank space where a letter might have been adds to its aura, giving it a ghostly kind of anonymity that only enhances its allure among collectors. The design of the Washington quarter, featuring George Washington's noble profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, carries deep patriotic meaning. It represents strength, freedom, and the enduring spirit of America. But in 1965, that design took on a new layer of significance. The nation was evolving, technology was advancing, and the currency itself was changing. The silver was gone from circulation, but not from memory, and those few 1965 quarters that somehow retained their silver composition became the physical embodiment of that lost era. Over the decades, collectors and treasure hunters have uncovered 1965 quarters with that unmistakable silver tone, and each discovery has sent waves of excitement through the numismatic world. These coins are not always in perfect condition. Many are dirty, aged, or tarnished, yet those imperfections tell their own story. The dirt on a 1965 quarter isn't a flaw. It's a fingerprint of time, proof that the coin has traveled through hands, pockets, and generations, carrying history with it. When found with that soft silver shimmer, such a coin transforms from a relic of the past into a ticket to immense fortune. The silver sticker phenomenon, the way some 1965 quarters appear to bear a silvery layer or tone, has captivated collectors for years. Some experts believe it's due to planchet variations or transitional errors. Others say it's the result of unique environmental reactions over time. But what matters most isn't just the reason, it's the result. Those coins that shine differently, that reflect light like polished silver rather than dull nickel, are the ones collectors chase, the ones that can fetch incredible sums at private auctions. A genuine 1965 quarter struck on a 90% silver planchet is an extraordinary find. Fewer than a handful are known to exist, making them rarer than most gold coins. And while the average person might mistake them for common change, the trained eye sees treasure. These are the kinds of coins that sit quietly in drawers, waiting to be rediscovered by someone who knows their worth. Imagine finding one in a roll of old quarters, dirty, tarnished, forgotten, and realizing you're holding a piece of history worth millions. That's the kind of miracle story that keeps coin enthusiasts searching tirelessly. The emotional pull of this coin runs deep. The 1965 Washington quarter marks the end of an age when coins were made from precious metal, an era when every coin in your pocket had real intrinsic value. After 1965, money became lighter, both in weight and in meaning. So, to find a 1965 quarter that still carries silver within it feels like discovering a ghost from the golden past, a secret the mint never meant to release. It's a relic of a time when craftsmanship, artistry, and value merged in perfect harmony. And that's what makes this coin so powerful, not just its monetary value, but its historical soul. Every scratch on its surface, every spot of discoloration, is a witness to the journey of American currency. When collectors speak of the 1965 quarter that changed their life, they're not exaggerating. These coins have indeed transformed ordinary lives, their rare beauty turning casual hobbyists into overnight millionaires. So, if you ever come across a 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, especially one that gleams like silver or has a unique sticker glow, do not spend it. Don't trade it away for pocket change. What might look like a dirty old coin could be your ticket to unimaginable fortune. Hidden beneath the wear and grime lies a story of national change, rare survival, and silent power. This coin doesn't just belong to history, it can make history again, in your hands. Because sometimes, the smallest piece of metal carries the greatest destiny. Next up, the 1936 D Buffalo nickel, struck by the United States Mint in Denver, is more than just a 5-cent coin. It's a relic of America's rugged spirit, a miniature masterpiece carved from metal, and a silent witness to an era of struggle and resilience. Though born in the depths of the Great Depression, this coin carries an aura of dignity and timeless beauty that has survived for nearly a century. At first glance, it might appear as a dirty, tarnished, ordinary nickel. Yet for those who understand its true story, this coin has the potential to unlock unimaginable fortune. In today's collector market, the 1936 D Buffalo nickel, especially one with that mystical silver-toned, sticker shimmer, stands as a sleeping giant, a coin capable of transforming your destiny overnight. When you hold a 1936 Buffalo nickel, you are holding the echo of a nation that was rebuilding itself. The design, sculpted by the legendary James Earl Fraser, captures the very soul of America's frontier past. On one side stands the proud Native American profile, a tribute to the strength, wisdom, and courage of the first people of this land. On the other, the mighty American buffalo, symbolizing endurance and untamed freedom, stands atop a raised mound. Together, they embody a fading chapter of American history, a reminder of the wild plains, the dusty trails, and the unyielding spirit that built the country. The D mint mark, placed just beneath the words 5 cents, reveals that this particular coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. Coins from the Denver Mint in the 1930s were known for their distinct strikes and character, but also for their rarity in top condition. Many of these coins circulated heavily through decades of use, losing their sharp details and luster. So, to find one today, even in dirty or worn condition, is a discovery worth celebration. But if you happen to hold one with a silver sticker tone, a unique glimmer or reflective surface unlike the common dull nickel, then you may be staring at a truly extraordinary error or experimental piece, the kind that can command unthinkable value in today's collector market. The story of the Buffalo nickel is deeply tied to America's cultural identity. It replaced the Liberty Head nickel in 1913, marking a shift toward designs that celebrated real American imagery. Fraser's inspiration came from 3 Native American chiefs, Iron Tail, Big Tree, and 2 Moons, whose features he combined to create the noble portrait on the obverse. The reverse, featuring the Great Bison, was modeled after Black Diamond, a buffalo living in the Central Park Zoo of New York. Every curve, every contour of this coin was sculpted with deep emotion and meaning, making it not only currency but art. By 1936, the Buffalo nickel was nearing the end of its production life. The U.S. Mint was already planning to replace it with the Jefferson nickel, and that made the final years of the Buffalo series all the more precious. The 1936 D issue became one of the last full mintage runs before the design disappeared forever in 1938. It was the end of an era, the farewell of an icon. That alone makes this coin a historic artifact, but its rarity lies deeper still. Some 1936 D Buffalo nickels were struck with extraordinary precision and shine, a quality known as proof-like. Others were struck on planchets that might have contained traces of silver or experimental alloys, creating a stunning silvery shimmer that made them stand out even among thousands. Over the years, such coins have been spotted with a silver sticker look, a surface that gleams brighter than nickel should, sparking excitement among collectors who see in them the possibility of hidden minting anomalies. And anomalies, in the world of rare coins, often mean unimaginable value. The allure of this coin isn't only in its metal composition or rarity, it's in its story. Picture this: a coin minted in 1936, during the struggles of the Great Depression, passing through the hands of workers, farmers, and soldiers, surviving wars and recessions, traveling through time unnoticed. Then, decades later, rediscovered, dirty, tarnished, maybe forgotten in a jar, only to reveal itself as one of the rarest nickels in history. That moment of realization, that heart-pounding discovery, is what keeps collectors searching through old change to this very day. The dirty condition of a Buffalo nickel doesn't diminish its value. In fact, it often enhances the mystery. The grime and toning on its surface can hide secrets beneath, rare minting marks, double dyes, or hidden silver layers that glint when light touches them just right. For experts and fortune seekers, that dirt is not decay, it's a treasure map written in metal, pointing toward potential wealth beyond imagination. In the modern market, certain 1936 D Buffalo nickels have been known to fetch staggering prices, some selling for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on condition, strike, and uniqueness. A perfectly struck specimen with full details on the buffalo's horn or tail, combined with a proof-like or silver-toned surface, could easily break records. It's these kinds of coins that make headlines, the ones that turn ordinary people into overnight millionaires, simply because they recognized what others overlooked. But beyond money, the 1936 D Buffalo nickel carries emotional power. It connects you to a time when every coin told a story, when currency reflected artistry, not just value. It's a reminder of how something as small as 5 cents can carry the weight of history and the hope of fortune. It teaches patience, observation, and respect for the past, and for those lucky enough to find the right one, it offers a life-changing reward. So if you ever come across a 1936 D Buffalo nickel, especially one that looks different, a bit shinier, with a silver-like glow or sticker reflection, don't dismiss it. Don't clean it, don't trade it, and never spend it. That coin may very well be your key to a hidden fortune. In its worn metal lies the spirit of America's frontier and the promise of prosperity. It's a reminder that even the smallest relics of history can still change lives, because one rare coin, one moment of recognition, can turn an ordinary day into the beginning of an extraordinary destiny. Next up, the 1943 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel stands as one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins ever struck in the United States. It isn't just a 5-cent piece, it's a mirror of American history, a treasure born in the fires of World War II, and a silent carrier of silver that still glimmers beneath its worn surface. When you hold this coin, especially one in dirty or tarnished condition with that faint, silver sticker glow, you're holding a piece of a nation's strength, innovation, and resilience. It may look ordinary, even dull, but within it lies the power to change your life overnight. For collectors and historians alike, the 1943 P nickel is a coin of destiny, one that has made ordinary people into millionaires because they recognized its true worth. The year 1943 was one of the darkest yet most determined chapters in America's history. The world was at war, and every ounce of metal counted. Nickel, a vital component for armor and weapons, was too precious to waste on everyday currency. So the U.S. Mint made a bold decision to change the composition of the 5-cent coin. For the first time ever, the Jefferson nickel was struck with an alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This gave the coins a unique shine and color, a brighter, almost ghostly silver appearance that no other nickel had before or after. And because silver was used, these coins became known as war nickels. The P mint mark above Monticello on the reverse was another historic first. Before 1942, Philadelphia minted coins bore no mint mark at all. But for these silver nickels, the mint made sure to stamp that bold P as a mark of wartime production, a symbol that this coin was different, that it carried part of the nation's sacrifice and ingenuity. To this day, that P remains one of the most iconic mint marks in U.S. coinage, and for collectors, it instantly signals rarity and value. What makes the 1943 P. Jefferson nickel truly magical is not just its composition, but its survival. Many of these coins circulated for decades, used in everyday life, rubbed and worn through countless hands. Most were melted or lost after the war, making surviving examples, especially those with original silver toning or unusual color, incredibly valuable. A dirty 1943 P coin might appear worthless to an untrained eye, but for those who know its story, that layer of grime could be protecting a shimmering, high-grade silver surface beneath, a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. There's also something uniquely enchanting about the appearance of some 1943 P nickels. Over time, due to their silver content, many developed stunning colors, golden hues, violet shades, or silver sticker-like glows that make them look almost alive when turned under the light. Collectors call this natural toning, and coins with strong, attractive toning can fetch unbelievable prices. A single coin with the right combination of toning, luster, and strike has been known to sell for thousands, and in some cases, even cross into the realm of six-figure auctions. But beyond its beauty and rarity, this coin tells a powerful story of American unity. During wartime, every citizen contributed, from soldiers on the battlefield to families saving metal for the cause. The 1943 nickel was a symbol of that collective sacrifice. It carried silver mined from America's heartland and was struck in the Philadelphia Mint, which was operating at full speed to support the war effort. Each coin minted that year represented a tiny piece of the nation's strength, and that is why collectors say these coins don't just hold metal, they hold emotion. The Jefferson design, created by Felix Schlag, had already become a national favorite since its debut in 1938. On one side, the noble face of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, thinker, architect, and author of the Declaration of Independence. On the other, the Monticello, his grand Virginia home, a masterpiece of design and a symbol of vision. During the war, these images took on even deeper meaning. Jefferson's face symbolized democracy and freedom, while Monticello represented the endurance of American ideals. Struck in silver during a time of global turmoil, this design became a quiet statement of hope and persistence. Now imagine, after 80 long years, finding a 1943 silver Jefferson nickel in your possession. Maybe it's old and tarnished, maybe it sat forgotten in a drawer or coin jar for decades, its shine dulled by time. Yet that same coin, when viewed closely under light, might reveal an extraordinary detail, a reflective surface, a proof-like finish, or a rare die variation. Some examples were struck with over-polished dies or doubled inscriptions, minting quirks that now bring unimaginable prices. These small variations are the difference between a few dollars and a life-changing discovery worth millions. Collectors and treasure hunters across the world still dream of uncovering that one extraordinary 1943 nickel, the coin that escaped notice for generations. Its value is not just in its silver, but in its story, its rarity, and its condition. Even a piece in dirty or corroded shape can be worth far more than its face value, especially if it carries the distinct silvery shimmer that sets it apart. And if yours has that silver sticker look, that glow of purity across its surface, then it could belong to a rare subset of war nickels that defy normal classification, the kind that become legends at auctions and in numismatic history. In today's booming collector market, where history meets art and rarity meets desire, the 1943 Jefferson nickel stands as a crown jewel among war-era coins. Its value can soar into the millions for flawless or rare-condition examples. For a coin that once bought a loaf of bread, that is nothing short of miraculous. It is proof that treasures don't always come in gold. Sometimes, they're found in humble silver, wrapped in dust, waiting patiently to change someone's fortune. So, if you ever find this coin, a 1943 Monticello Jefferson nickel, silver-toned, dirty, yet full of life, guard it well. Don't polish it, don't trade it hastily, and above all, don't underestimate it. Because inside that small piece of metal lies history, sacrifice, and the potential to rewrite your destiny overnight. In a world where fortune often hides in plain sight, this little 5-cent coin remains a timeless reminder. One discovery can change everything, and one forgotten nickel could make you a billionaire before morning. Next up, the 1954 wheat penny, a small copper coin with a mighty legacy, is one of those treasures that proves great value doesn't always come wrapped in silver or gold. At first glance, it seems simple, even humble, a brownish-red 1-cent coin from the mid-20th century, worn down from years of use. But beneath that dirty surface, under the dull copper tone, hides a story of mystery, history, and unimaginable worth. Many collectors call this coin the sleeping giant of American numismatics, because even though it's small, it holds the power to change a person's fortune overnight. The 1954 penny isn't just money, it's history pressed into metal, a tiny artifact from an era when America was rebuilding its dreams and prosperity after the long shadow of war. To understand its magic, you have to go back to 1954, a time of optimism and progress in the United States. The country was booming, families were thriving, and the mint was busy producing billions of coins to meet the growing needs of a bustling post-war economy. The Denver Mint, marked by that little D under the date, was one of the busiest in the country. Yet even in that ocean of production, certain coins emerged with something special, a rare error, a unique strike, or a glint of metal purity that made them stand apart. These are the coins that, decades later, have captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters around the world. The wheat penny design itself is one of the most beloved in American coinage history. Created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the design marked the first time a real person's face appeared on a U.S. coin. The obverse shows Lincoln's noble profile, symbolizing honesty, strength, and leadership, while the reverse, two curved wheat ears framing the words 1 cent, represents America's agricultural roots, growth, and abundance. The wheat ears weren't just decoration, they were symbols of hope and progress after decades of struggle. That simple design carried deep meaning, and for collectors, it remains one of the most iconic images in numismatic history. By 1954, the wheat penny had already been circulating for 45 years, but that year's Denver-minted version holds special significance. While millions were made, only a handful survived in extraordinary condition, and a few with rare minting errors or unusual metal composition. During that era, tiny variations in die strikes, planchet quality, or pressure during minting could produce unique coins. A faint doubling of letters, a repunched mint mark, or an unusually strong strike could turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. Some 1954 D pennies have been found with a coppery shimmer so pure it almost glows like a polished jewel, while others bear strange shades of red, orange, or brown from natural aging. These color variations alone can make collectors bid thousands, and sometimes hundreds of thousands, for a single piece. The D mint mark beneath the date adds another layer of fascination. Denver coins were struck with precision, but the mint's heavy workload meant occasional imperfections slipped through, and those imperfections are now treasures. Some 1954 D pennies have the mint mark slightly doubled or misplaced, a sign of a hand-punched die error. Such a small detail might seem insignificant, but in the world of coin collecting, those details mean everything. A single 1954 D penny with a strong double die or misaligned strike has sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, with that deep, fiery copper tone, have been known to reach six figures in auctions. But what truly elevates the 1954 D wheat penny beyond money is its connection to time itself. Every mark, every scratch, every patch of dirt tells the story of where it has been. These coins passed through the hands of Americans during the golden age of drive-in movies, rock and roll, and the dawn of television. They might have been used to buy candy, newspapers, or a gallon of gas back when prices were just a few cents. To hold one today is to touch the past, a tangible piece of mid-century America that still hums with energy and history. That emotional power adds an invisible layer of value that no price guide can measure. Now imagine this: your 1954 D penny, dull and dirty, maybe even stuck in a jar for decades, could be one of those rare survivors. Maybe it has a hidden double die error. Maybe it struck on an unusually pure copper planchet, or maybe its luster is just waiting to shine again under the right light. Coins that appear ordinary at first glance have shocked experts, turning out to be minting miracles worth millions. One overlooked penny, once sold for a few dollars, later fetched more than a house. That's the unpredictable magic of numismatics, and why the 1954 D penny continues to inspire modern treasure hunters across the world. The mention of a copper sticker or silver-like shine on your coin could point to a special toning effect or even a rare planchet error. During the 1950s, the mint was transitioning between different batches of metal stock, and impurities or leftover materials sometimes caused unexpected colorations. These off-color coins, coppery with silver streaks or ghostly hues, are now sought after for their beauty and rarity. A coin that looks unusual might be worth a fortune precisely because it doesn't look perfect. What makes this story even more thrilling is that the 1954 D wheat penny represents the final chapters of the wheat design before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. That change marked the end of an era. So, any wheat penny from the 1950s carries not just value but nostalgia, the last whisper of a classic design that defined generations. Collectors cherish it because it's not just a coin, it's a farewell to America's agricultural heart and the artistry of early 20th century engraving. In today's coin market, where rarity meets passion, this small copper disc can command unbelievable sums. Pristine examples in red or mint state condition are treasures that auction houses fight over. But even well-circulated, dirty coins, the kind most people overlook, can surprise experts with hidden value. If yours carries that Denver D, has a unique shine, or shows even the faintest doubling or flaw, you might be sitting on a coin worth more than you ever dreamed. So never underestimate this humble 1-cent piece. The 1954 D wheat penny may look simple, but within its aged copper surface lies a spark of American history, artistry, and fortune. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest objects carry the greatest stories, and that even a coin once worth a single cent can hold the power to turn an ordinary life into a billionaire's destiny overnight.